Hi everyone, my name is Julie, and yes, I have a small cold in the middle of summer. So I'm going to sound crazy for this video and a video next week, but we're just going to roll with it because my husband thinks I sound sexy. I know, it's really bad, but I feel fine. I just sound like death warmed over. But I do have my Epfel Cranberry Cholet, which is amazing stuff, to drink. So hopefully that keeps me on the up and up. I also have the fan, because if I don't keep the fan on, my computer crashes. It's a thing, guys, today, it's a thing. So today, I'm so excited about this. We're gonna be talking about packaging that I like and that I dislike. I brought this up a couple times in a few videos of mine, so I thought I'd really kind of like show anybody who's watching this what I think is good packaging and what I think is like functional packaging, but like also sometimes not as functional for me. And I want to give you reasons why. And if you're a company, like I want to know from you guys and from you individuals, why did you think that they chose this packaging? Like, what do you think the benefits of this packaging is versus another packaging, and like vice versa? Like, because packaging is so important in cosmetics because you don't want things to spoil quickly, right? So I just want to know from you all if you agree with my picks, if you don't agree with my picks, if you're a company, I want to know like the thoughts behind certain things. So let's go through things that I like first, and then we'll go through a couple things I don't like. So let's start with lipsticks. One thing I love, hands down, if lipstick packaging shows me what color I'm going to use. One company I think that does this really well is Maybelline, because Maybelline with their lipsticks will have this outer cover with whatever color the bullet is. And I just think that that's a really, really easy way to figure out what lipstick shade I need to reach for at any given moment of the day. Because if I get something like this, it's a plain black bullet, I won't know. And even if I look at the bottom, it's Central Park Spice by Laura Geller, there's no way to tell unless I 100% know what that shade is, what color I picked. Now, I happen to know that this is an absolutely beautiful shade, but just looking at the bullet, I have 10 other lipsticks that look exactly like this. I mean, MAC is another great example, right? MAC, you got to know what the name of your lipstick is before you know the color. And if you have, say, 10 MAC lipsticks, you're never going to know. But if they just change the cap, or even this little silver bit, it'd be easy to tell what shade you're reaching for instead of like either storing your lipsticks upside down or memorizing the names of all your lipsticks, which like, y'all know I have over 300 lipsticks. I don't know every shade I have in my collection. I just love them. So I really like to know what colors they are just by looking, which is why I use my Maybelline so often. Something else I really like about lipsticks is when they have a magnetic closure. And Fiona Styles is a great example of this. I know this is no longer sold at Ulta, but I just love this one. You slap it shut. Like, isn't that just the most fantastic thing? I know it's sealed, and if I even do it wrong, it won't shut. It has to be lined up, so I know I have an airtight seal. Now, the Laura Geller one that I just made fun of a little bit ago is the same way. It is a magnetic closure, which is really, really nice. I always know it's going to have a tight seal, and it's not going to get air in it. MAC does the same thing, except this one has like a little click. I always like my lipsticks to have a little click, so I know that they're sealed. A lipstick brand that could probably do it a little bit better is Wet n Wild. So this is their dollar lipsticks. These are the, I don't know, they're just the dollar ones. This one's in Smoking Hot Pink, and they've got the click at the bottom, but here's the issue. The lipstick doesn't scroll down all the way, so I'm always stuck with product that gets stuck in the cap, because no matter how wonderful I think I am to my lipsticks, I will nick them occasionally, and then it looks a hot mess. And I don't want, I need the bullet to screw down to the base of the lipstick. I don't want to constantly be like picking lipstick off the cap, and I want to make sure it's sealed tight. Even though it clicks, I don't know. There's just something about this particular packaging. It feels cheap, and I get it. Wet n Wild is a cheap brand. This lipstick cost me $1. These other lipsticks I've showed you, other than the Maybelline, are high-end, and I get that. But could we just get your lipstick bullets down just a little bit further so I can be flush? And I'm sure the reason why they do this is so you can see the color, but I don't want to see the color like this. I don't want to see the color all in my cap. Like, this is a hot mess. It's just a pet peeve of mine. Let's talk about eyeliners. And this came about because I, at the beginning of the year, had 40 eyeliners, and I was like, oh my God. And so I went and I kind of sorted through all of them, and then I realized some of them were missing the caps. Oh my God, the cap. So then I had to find this lost cap in my stuff. And I'm going to pick on Wet n Wild just again. And I know everyone's hating on Wet n Wild, but they are a cheap brand, so their packaging isn't normally the best. But I think they can make small improvements to make it better. Because I'm going to compare two very cheap eyeliners here. So this is a Wet n Wild, and you can see the plastic cap has these little indents in them to hold the wooden pencil. But what happens is that there's not enough friction, it's not tight enough over the top of the pencil to keep this cap on. So when this cap is rolling around my drawer, often it falls off, and then I just have this eyeliner rolling around, getting dirty and making a mess. And it would just be a really, really simple fix, I think. You either make the top tighter, like Urban Decay is a great example, they've got good caps, or you could do something like Essence does. Now this is a roll-up, so I realize that this is plastic versus wood, but their caps never fall off because they just click into place. It's that simple. It's just like a simple push down, and they have the same style, right? Like, they just have those indents. You put the cap on, you line it up, you push down, it's not gonna fall off. This style for eyeliners and lip liners are really, really important. I don't like when my caps fall off and I have to find them again. Just make sure your cap is on, and then air won't get into the product as much, and it won't go bad as fast, right? Like, so many things going right here. Okay, let's talk about face products. And in particular, I'm talking about powder products. I don't have very many cream products in my collection, so I don't really talk about those too much. But let's talk about powder products. And let's start with bronzer. And in general, like, these can kind of be switched back and forth. Like, all packaging of powder products, I think, are relatively similar. And packaging makes me buy a lot of stuff. I'm not gonna lie, it really makes me buy a lot of stuff. So when I see things like the Clinique Cheek Pops, hands down I want it. Like, this is beautiful. It's compact, it's not too thick, it's got a beautiful flower on it, and my brush can easily fit into that. Like, there's no question if my brush can fit into that pan, of course it can, right? There's no question. Another great example is Milani, the powder brushes. These is the rose style. There's like 7 or 8 different colors of roses. This is Romantic Rose. Do be specific. As you can see, I used it quite a lot. And you get this beautiful pan. It's 3D rose. I don't have any issue getting my blush pan into that, and it's really, really easy just to sweep onto my face with no issues and no comments. Wait, to see things like this on the shelf. Flower Beauty also has flowers on their blushes. Hands down, I'm gonna buy it. Like, actually I have a flower one too. Like, that's how much I like it. Then you get things like this Becca Compact. Okay, so the outer packaging here is really nice. You have a very, very solid, heavy looking mirror. I like the fact it's smooth, it has good texture to it. It's got a big mirror on the inside, I like that. My issue is with this blush pan. So I've got a blush and a highlighter here. But every time I put in my blush brush, I always pick up a highlighter. And maybe I just have a big blush brush. But like, I think it's pretty normal. Let me grab it to show you. These are the 2 blush brushes I use most often currently. So this one is from Tarte. This was part of their like unicorn one. And it's, I mean, like, I guess it's not super big. It's not like a powder brush. Like, it is definitely a blush brush. But look at it as compared to this pan. Like, are you kidding me? How am I supposed to get it in there? I mean, like, yes, I'll squeeze the bristles. That's how I do it. I squeeze the bristles and I get it in there. But I don't know. I'm just aggravated about things like this. My other one I've been using, this is my brand new Moschino by Sephora one. This one's a little bit denser than that last one, and it's definitely a different shape. And again, I can fit it in, but I hit the highlighter every time right on the edge. And it's just aggravating. Like, I don't want to mix my highlighter and blush always. Like, sometimes that's the look I'm going for, but sometimes it's not the look I'm going for, and I don't want to. I've now learned never to buy these dual style products. Like, it's just always hard to get the products out, especially with split pans. They're not my thing unless the pan is massive. But I have a problem with massive pans. Let's talk about that. I bought this Pure Glow Together Gradient Shimmer Bronzer. Okay, so here's the Becca that we're all familiar with. What in the world? This is the size of like a dessert plate. It's massive. And once again, I appreciate a large mirror. And there's a lot of product in here. Easy to get my brush in. And if I need to hit like certain areas, like not shiny, darker, lighter, I can kind of do it. It's a little bit challenging, but like I can kind of get there. But like this thing is so big. How do I store this? This is with my eyeshadow palettes. I rarely use it because I keep it with my eyeshadow palettes. It's too big to fit in with my bronzers. Like I have like silverware trays to hold my makeup on, and this just like sits on top of it. So I just stick it back with my eyeshadow palettes and it gets lost. This packaging, man. I don't get it. Why did you have to make it so big? Why did you have to make it so big? Could you have just like, I'm gonna like hide my face behind it. Couldn't you have like cut this in half and make it a little bit deeper, or just make it 100% the size of the pan? Because you would lose like a ½ inch on either side if you just cut out all that outer packaging. I don't know, does that outer packaging do something? Is it supposed to like make it stand out and look special? I mean, I always know where it is in my collection because I can never find it. I guess that means I never know where it is in my collection. I also have a problem with like super chunky, and this is one you hear a lot on YouTube, but so the Physicians Formula packaging is chunky, but the chunkiness actually isn't my biggest issue with this one. This is just some sort of bronzer. They don't make this one anymore. It's one that looks like a sweater. My issue is on the back side they put this brush, but that's where your mirror is. I'm sorry, what? So you're telling me I'm going to grab my bronzer, put it on my brush, flip my compact over, and then apply it the other way and just like constantly go back and forth? Are you kidding me? Like, where were they going with this thought process? Every other palette I've ever had will have the mirror right on the top. Like, what are we, what? Do my makeup, get some more makeup. Do my makeup, get some more makeup. I just don't, love the feel of velvet, but I see velvet has a lot of wear. Like this faux velvet has a lot of wear in general on its packaging. So a texture that I like a little bit better, and I think who does it really well, is NARS. Now NARS has more of like a rubber feeling, latex feeling packaging, but you get the same textile ability of the velvet. You know, like you don't feel like it's going to slip out of your hands. You feel secure while holding it. It feels nice. It's a different texture you don't feel very often, so it makes it seem special and unique. And oh look, it's got a mirror in the top. Now this one I also have a bit of an issue with the pan size, but I mean, like, again, I can make it work. And normally when I use these two shades, I actually just roll them together. This is the NARS Dual Intensity Blush in Fervor. I do have an issue with pan size here, too. I don't know. I should just stop buying split pans. It's not my thing. I should just know. I just want my blush brush to fit into a blush easily. That's all I want in life. I don't want to have to think too hard. I don't have to squish my brushes. Like, I don't want, maybe I'm crazy. Does split pans bother you? I just want to know. And I understand the need for selection. I get that. I want to be able to fit my brush into it without picking up other colors and just one. If I'm looking for diversity in shades, I want to be able to pick up just one. Let's talk eyeshadows, because this is where it all began, okay? I tested out this last month these donut I Heart Revolution palettes, and I just love the packaging on this. To talk about packaging that you buy just for packaging, these donut palettes are like up there for me. Like, this is it. So, great mirror, good size. These are eyeshadows. I can easily get my brush into all of those shades, no issues. And it has a solid clip, so I know if I travel with it, this is not gonna open. And I do feel a little bit better that it's got a bit of padding to travel with. So this is totally, if the colors were better, a travel palette for me. Like, I would feel okay traveling with this one as long as I've got some neutrals. This one, on the other hand, I feel like I don't want to travel with. This is the Viseart Petite Pro 2 palette, and this started this video. I hate the packaging on this, like in a visceral way where I look at this and get angry. And I know that's like a really harsh feeling when it comes to makeup, but I just get angry when I look at this. I'm like, who designed this? Like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Okay, so what you do is you pull the tab and you have that little magnet there, and the magnet seems strong, but like, I don't trust magnets when I travel. Even the lipsticks that I was talking about with the magnets, I don't travel with those. I don't trust those in my purse. Like, even if they have a strong magnet, they can fall off. No, I need something that clicks. Okay, so this has a magnet, and then you open it, but you flip it open like this. All right, so now let's pretend I'm gonna do my makeup. All right, so I'm gonna sit this on the table. And what is this guy doing? What? This is where the mirror is, this little mirror, this tiny mirror. Oh, it closed. Okay, let's open it up. Oh, okay, wait, let's try and open it up again. Okay, so it lays flat. Let's see, can I use the mirror and apply my eyeshadow at the same time? So if you put it at the angle where it wants to stay open, this flap is hiding the mirror. So wait a second. Okay, so the flap hides the mirror when it like lies flat. When it goes to like this little angle, it's still hiding the mirror. So you try and like bend it back and then it falls over. I'm sorry, am I stupid? Like, am I not getting this? Is there like some trick to doing this? Because when I do my makeup, I don't want to like, I don't want to think that hard. I just want to be artistic. Okay, so you're gonna hold it like this. So I'm gonna like hold it up and like just hope that this stays up. Or am I gonna sit? I normally like to sit my makeup down and like do it that way. I don't know. Am I crazy? Am I crazy? I appreciate this little barrier though. I will say that with travel, having a little barrier to protect the mirror from all the makeup fallout. I do like that. But like, I don't know who came up with this. I like the size though. But the packaging, it just makes me angry. It just makes me angry. A simple hinge would have done an amazing thing for that palette. A hinge to keep that mirror like up where I can see it. Maybe make the mirror a little bit bigger because it is kind of small, but I understand the limitations with the size of this palette. But like just a little bit mirror, a little bit bigger. I don't know. I just get angry looking at this. I do. I spent $20 on that and I feel like I just shredded that money. If you want to know about formulas or shades or anything like that, please look back at my 1 month 1 palette and I can tell you all about that. But just the packaging ruined that palette for me. I just can't. So go on and on about packaging, but I think I'm gonna leave it there for right now. You've kind of gotten it. I wanna know your opinion now. I wanna know what you think about packaging. What packaging do you like? Packaging do you not like? What is a deal breaker for you? I wanna know everything. Do you disagree with me? I would love to know your opinion. Do you agree with me on some of these things? Let me know. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.